Hello and welcome back. Welcome to the document object model. So when a page is loaded, your browser uses all the HTML elements to create a tree hierarchy. And we can actually see this here in VS Code. When I go down here, we can see body HTML. If we indent this, we have an HTML element. We've got a head element. And then even here, we've got meta head HTML. Meta head HTML. This is making sort of a sideways looking tree graph. We could get deeper and deeper and deeper too. So if we're writing regular HTML, we could have a div, paragraph, and a bold thing in here. And this is going to create our tree for us. It's got HTML, body, div, p, bold. HTML, body, div, p, bold. So this is an okay example, but what I'm going to try to do is look up an image for a document object model. And so this is the document object model. And what this is doing is saying we can collapse these. We can say HTML.head, HTML.body. We can access these through their child nodes. All right, so I just typed into Google HTML DOM document object model. And I'm going to click this first one in here. Is this going to bring me anywhere? Hey, it brings me to W3 Schools. I haven't seen the site in a while. Can we get a better image though? All right, so this is an example of a document object model. We've got our document, which happens to be HTML. And then we've got either head or body. That's pretty standard across every web page. Then in our head, we either have a title with some text or meta with some attribute and some other text inside of it. In our body, we can then have other elements. We can have a table, paragraph, H2, all sorts of things in there. Inside of our H2, we could have, for example, the text that says, hi there. In our paragraph, we could say, you are all right. But inside of our table, we would have a TR for a table row, and then a TD, and then some sort of inner text. So this now gets into nesting. And so now to access this, we're looking at the HTML element, body element, table element, the TR element, the TD element, and then the inner text of that TD element, that table data cell. Now, each one of these is called a node, and a node can have another node inside of it for the most part. Usually, meta nodes don't, and most nodes inside the head don't actually. Image nodes don't because it's a self-closing tag, but a table, paragraph, and an H2 could have HTML elements inside of it. It could have a node inside of it. And so an example here is the table has a TR node inside of it. And then that has a TD node inside of it. So if we're talking about the TD element here, its parent is the TR element. And the TR element's parent is the table element. And if we go the other way, the table element's child is TR, and the TR's child element is TD. Now, when I say element, I'm using that interchangeably with the word node. Node and element are kind of the same thing. So if we go back to our code here and just uncollapse that, this would be an element and a node. It's a div element, but this node has all of this inside of it. Likewise, even though this is a smaller node, this is a smaller element, there's no child elements inside of it, this is still a node as well. And likewise, meta is a node. It's also an HTML element. This is an HTML element. It's also a node. And title is an HTML element with a node, or as a node rather. It just happens to be that it has inner text. So nodes are literally just HTML elements with attributes and inner content and sometimes some child nodes. So really, whenever you hear the word node, and you're going to hear this a lot, you're just talking about an HTML element in front-end JavaScript. That's all it is. This is a title node. This is a head node with all the stuff inside of it. This is a div node. This is a div node. This is a paragraph node. This is a bold node. So that is the document object model. Why is this important to know? Because eventually we're going to be selecting elements by their name, by their ID, by their classes, by all sorts of different things, and then we're going to modify them. And we're going to start to get into that in the next lesson, where we start looking at selecting one of these elements by its ID.